The effects of heroin and opioids in the body.
When you hear the word Glee, many people think of the television series aired by the Fox network. Corey Monteith, who played Finn Hudson on the show, died on July 13th of 2013 at the age of 31. He had died from a heroin overdose. Every day, 115 Americans die from overdosing on opioids. Drugs cause different effects depending on their purposes. Receiving too much can be life-threatening, but what are the consequences of placing heroin and opioids in the human body? Opioids are a pain-relieving drug category that heroin falls under. Opioids are made from a plant called the opium poppy, which is grown in Southeast and Southwest Asia, Colombia, a country located in South America, and Mexico. Even though heroin is a type of opioid, it is an illegal drug. It's usually injected, snorted, or smoked into the body. Many people tend to use heroin more than prescription opioids because it is inexpensive and easier to get than over-the-counter opioids. From a study made in 2011 by the National Institute on Drug Abuse, 4 to 6% of people who misuse prescription opioids make the switch to heroin, and 80% of people who used heroin first later misuse prescription opioids. In 2018, Drug War Facts collected data from over 808,000 people who used heroin. 0.1% of that number were between the ages of 17 and 12, 0.5% were between the ages of 18 and 25, and 0.3% were from ages 26 and above. A similar study was made by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, where they reported 4,235 adolescents died from drug overdoses, and more than half of that were from the opioid family. After you place heroin and opioids into your body, these drugs will bind to the opioid receptors in your brain, which releases dopamine, a chemical responsible for transmitting signals from the nerve cells to the nervous system. This is where you get the pain-relieving effect, but using too much of the drugs has its consequences. Many short-term effects include having dry mouth, nausea, vomiting, itchy feelings all over your body, the inability to think straight, constipation, and euphoria, or being high. When you frequently use these drugs inappropriately, you will experience insomnia, heart infections, liver and kidney diseases, depression, and collapsed veins if you use an injection. Whenever you are prescribed opioids, take caution because it can make you feel high, nauseous, cloud up your thinking, damage your organs, or death. Opioids and heroin have effects that can lead to severe problems to your body.